The rain was falling heavier now. The droplets against the church's shingles made a cacophony, muted only by thick hardy timber aged by the centuries. The priest was happy for his shelter, though his attention was not on the building he was in. Rather, it was on the girl running down the road, coat pulled over her head. She paused, standing in the rain, head swiveling from viewing the dark wet road to the warm glow of the church windows. He wondered which she would choose. A few moments more, and she decided, shoes clacking on wet cobbles as she approached the front door. He didn't rush. He waited. There was a frantic and loud knocking at the door. Now was his time to act.
Ah, Lilith, my dear. Out in this weather? Come in. We can't have you catching your death now, can we?
Thank you, Father. I'm so sorry to call this late. I was afraid you'd be gone.
I almost was. You just happened to catch me at the perfect moment. Sit, please sit. Now, tell me, why were you out in this weather? Trying to get home from the village?
Before she even spoke, the priest knew the answer. He'd been watching, after all.
Running away, actually. Running away? What on earth for, my dear? Your parents haven't been being terrible again, have they?
Yes, they
don't worry, dear. Keep talking. I'm just going to get some tea. Warm those chilled bones. I'm still listening.
They've been terrible. Dad hasn't wanted me to leave the house at all, ever since I started seeing Kieran.
Kieran? That boy, down at the grocer's, sticky up hair. Nice smile.
It's him.
He's a very good lad. What doesn't your father like about him?
He's only a grocer's assistant. He's standoffish. He doesn't look right. He's not what I need to get myself to a better place in life. The priest tutted as he walked back to the pew they had settled on, a fresh tray of tea in his hands. He sat across from Lilith and stared deep into her eyes, before finally speaking.
But you do like him, don't you, Lilith?
I do.
They're lovely, aren't they? Those statues in the rafters. Genuine 12th century originals.
Lilith looked upwards, staring at the statues. 12 angels in loose ruffled garbs, hands neatly covering their eyes. They gave off an aura that struck Lilith to her very core.
I don't like them. They always scared me. Their eyes are covered, but I always thought I could feel them watching me. The pose is meant to be an expression of the presence of God. A vision so perfect even angels must hide from it. That's not why you've been avoiding church, is it?
I don't feel very religious lately. It's hard to, when there's so few miracles in the world.
Luckily, my dear, a church is the best place for miracles. Take those statues, for instance. They terrify you because they cover their eyes, but still watch you. Well, why not close your eyes and see what happens?
What would that do?
You'll never know, unless you try.
Lilith closed her eyes. It was less than a fraction of a second, but somewhere in the back of her mind, she felt as if her eyelids fell and rose again in the span of hours. Now her eyes were open, and once again, in a moment that was fast but so slow at the same time, she looked up to the statues. The 12 angels now all stood with their hands down at their sides, palms outwards. How did you do that?
It's a different pose. The hands down and the palms out is a peaceful sign, a sort of physical representation of be not afraid.
But how did you do it? Is there a button? A wire?
I didn't do anything. The angels are responding to you, Lilith.
Lilith looked up again. The angels were still in the same pose as before, but this time they had all turned their heads to face her, staring at her. hollow, empty eyes carved into a permanent blank stare. She felt the stares boring into her. Seeing her depth, she averted her eyes and shivered.
I don't understand. What is this? Angels are emissaries. They are here only to bring tidings of great joy and new chapters to stories already written. But they're just statues. But you see, my dear, a statue is only a statue when you see it as one. And you don't see it when you blink.
That word again. Almost instinctively, Lilith felt her eyes shutting. She wanted to fight it, but by the time her eyelids widened, they'd already closed completely. What greeted her as she gazed across the church was the 12 angels, no longer in the rafters, but standing among the pews, all pointing at her. That same cold, hazy stare, fixed on her.
They sense the aura of sin. How is this happening? Please, stop this. I'm not doing anything. This is the quest of the angels. How have I sinned? What have I done? Father, you have to stop this.
Lilith covered her eyes as tears began to well up. Rubbing them dry, she lowered her hands. The master had walked away from the pew and stood some few feet away from it. The angels now surrounded her even more, hands outstretched with visible claws and faces contorted into vicious, teeth-baring rage. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. They had gone too far.
He got me pregnant, all right. Kieran got me pregnant. I told my parents, and they wanted me to get rid of it and cut him off. We were going to run away tonight. Is that it? Is that my sin? Is that the sin that the angels see in me?
There was a pause, as the priest reflected. Slowly he faced her, a soft, kindly gentleness masking his face. He reached up a hand and covered her eyes. She was terrified, but didn't pull away, fearing what she'd see if she did.
Oh, Lilith, it's not your sin. The angels see the sin of those around you. They see how you've been driven to desperation and sorrow by the unkindness of those around you, even your own family. And they can help.
The priest's hand fell from her eyes. The angel's vicious scowls were gone, replaced by the hollow eyes and a strangely benevolent smirk. One directly in front of her held out a hand, as if beckoning her to put her own in it.
Kieran was already here, waiting for you. He told me everything. The angels helped him. They'll help you too. A new life, a new chance. None of the things that hold you back or tie you down. A chance to be together and be free and be who you were meant to be. It's really a chance for love. Are they really helping me? Of course. After all, they're angels. Think about it. You, Kieran, the baby, living together happily and peacefully, with nothing but a bright future ahead of you. And all it takes, all it requires, is that you simply blink. Blink. They can't move when they're seen. Can't interact with the world around them. They are statues. Until they aren't observed. That's why these miracles only ever happen in the blink of an eye. Who are you, really? You've been a priest in this town for a long time, but you've never been like this. I am merely a man trying to help others. The angels are my accomplices, and I am their master. I use them to make others happy, and you could be happy if only you'd blink.
Lilith exhaled heavily and thought to herself. She imagined all the things the priest had said to her. She wanted it. She wanted all of it. With a new resolve, she focused her eyes on the angel in front of her, hand outstretched. She put her hand into its, feeling something strange and tingling as she did so.
All I have to do is blink. Yes!
And she blinked. And she vanished. The priest's face changed, the kind benevolence washing sod. He was no longer the kindly father who had watched over the village for the past decade. He was a hard and vicious man. He was the master.
Another happy ending. Assuming, of course, you sent her to the same time zone as Kieran.
The stillness of this silent moment was shattered by a brash wailing of a telephone. Leaving the circle of angels, the master approached the screaming device and held its receiver to his ear. The voice within was hollow, without personality, without a soul of any description. He was speaking to the angels themselves.
We did.
But it is not enough.
You say that every time. My TARDIS is charging up nicely. We'll soon move on.
And we hunger in the meantime, my brothers and I. We are hungry. We do not want these crumbs, these useless things. We need more. We want to devour, to gorge, to decimate.
All in time. I can help you, but first, my TARDIS needs to be operational. And the Artron energy your feasts puts out is the only way to help that.
We could devour you. How lovely would that be? How satisfying the feast would be to tear apart the timeline of a Time Lord. How many centuries of unlived time could you feed us? How many millennia?
Yes, fine. Eat me. Then where will you be? This is a tiny village in the middle of nowhere. Eat them all. How long will you starve? Until visitors come through? How many years until the ghost town you create is re-inhabited? And the next. And the next. Your dreams are not sustainable. Give me a chance and I can give you something better.
Explain yourself.
I've purchased a property. In the past, mind you, relative to where we are now. A large apartment building in New York City. You can transport victims there and gorge on them, sending them back in time by days, hours, seconds, whatever you like. Again and again. It's a fixed location with limited exits. They'll never escape. Now, how does that sound?
We give you another month. We cannot be patient for long.
Do I ever fail? I am, after all, the master.